Here's RuneScape's newest quest, Murder on the Border. If you don't really care for doing quests, here's what I suggest. Do what I do, and riff on the quest while you're doing it. Roleplay as the World Guardian, but be a colossal tool. It's a lot of fun.
I suspect that Ferris Noise guy, he's a well-known murder hobo. Shush. Don't let them know. Welcome to Fort 4 and 3. Skip the pleasantries, okay. A retinue were beset by cultists less than a mile from your gates. Well, less than a mile from my gates is Varrock, so that's on you. It's the King's Road, not the Duke's Road. You jackass. A fort in the wilderness with no guards. Be thankful that we brought several of our own with us. Who's gonna try to attack my fort? What do you think's gonna happen when I find out who it is? Like, I literally will venture into a group of dozens of monsters, drink a potion that makes them mad at me, and then walk out unscathed, eating sharks like it's spaghetti. Murder mystery quests don't do it for me when our character is a psychopath anyways. Yeah, but you see, discovering the mystery of the murder, it's not about, like, justice or, like, morals or anything. It's the thrill of the hunt. It's the chase. It's about proving you're smarter than the murderer. Yeah. Really, if we accused someone of murder, killed them, and were able to convince everyone else that they were the murderer, who's going to argue? Everyone's convinced, and the actual murderer isn't going to be like, no, it was me. So, really, moral of the story, it must have been really easy to get away with murder before DNA. Or before we knew about DNA. DNA's always been there. Bore the marks of Zamorak. Unfortunately, we did lose some of our supplies in the attack. May I ask who accompanies you this evening? This is Simon, the royal wine taster, and the flower of Lumbridge, Iris Ruthven, attending on behalf of Duke Horatio. Please make your way inside. The other guests will join us shortly. And our new kitchen manager should be here any second. Times have been difficult since I was fired from my previous job. It was a bit of a tumble, and half the soup I had prepared for dinner ended up on Lord Muse and his wife. Lord Muse. Please tell me Lord Muse is a cat. Please, I hope he's a cat that was given nobility. Are we gonna find out? Who's this? Oh, he's a little puppy. He's Princess. I knew a dog named Princess. I wonder if she's probably dead now. This was like, 10 years ago. Who's this? Rodney, Duke Horse, and Princess. Well, I should be talking to Princess then. I'm pretty sure a princess is above a duke, right? This is Jamiroquai hat. Look at this is ridiculous. Duke or Duchess Alba. Your Duke Ferris Noise, I'm Alba Hyatt, retired knight, Duchess of Lumford. Pleasure to meet you, so on and so forth. Now, can you kindly direct me to wine so I can get some drinks and me before the service arrives? I hope the dog's okay. I hope they don't hurt the dog. If the dog did it, then I think the dog should be allowed to get away with it. I heard the cook is making hollyhock sorbet for dessert. I'm sorry, the plant itself is poisonous, but the roots are perfectly safe to consume when boiled. Who is the daredevil who tried that first? Ascend. Poor bear. Oh, another one. That's such a gruesome thing. Like skinning an animal and turning them into a rug and leaving their face. Like, yeah, this is weird. His Majesty is unable to consume the entree Duchess Alba brought, therefore, if the king is having it, I want it as well, with extra garlic, make it happen. This guy knows what he's talking about. The wayward sneeze would topple it. Well, you build one then. Israel alone faces incursions on a weekly basis. My people deserve better. Well, then build it yourself. Ooh, your people deserve better than you. Getting all sassy with this guy. The audacity. These are the people to whom our king would grant a duchy. How far we have fallen. These are the people the king grants a duchy because I'm the only one who knows how to do goddamn anything. Don't think I've forgotten what you did during the famine, how Lumford's food stores were seized by the capital while our people went hungry. Remember when Duke Lumbridge was complaining about famine, or the Duke of Lumbridge was complaining about a famine in Lumbridge and requested help from Saradomin, and all he needed was like 1 mil? Like literally, we could easily feed hundreds of millions of Lumbridges. Not responding to the demand to surrender half our grain stores. How dare I? That you had grain stores at all speaks to the excess food Lumford hoarded while the capital starved. So, Duke Ferris Noise, I heard you're a renowned adventurer. Indeed, I've caused famines. Surely you have a tale you could share with us? Let's talk about Aftermath and how I banished all of your precious gods. And so I reestablished the edicts in order to stop Zamorak from taking over Galenor and kicked Saradomin's ass. Okay, well, the fact that that guy just coughed makes me think that he's mad that Zamorak was banished, so he's probably the murderer because Zamorak is the bad guy. No, it's totally gray. I'm not the bad guy. I just want unrivaled chaos to cause problems for everyone that isn't, me strong, me take. Oh, yeah, totally. Yes, he's a good guy. If you're over the age of 60 or over the age of 70 and you're weak and everything, screw you. It's just a matter of perspective. The perspective that causes a bunch of old people to get like murdered because they have stuff that stronger people want is a perspective I don't want to empathize with. Maybe I'm weird. It's not even like, oh, poor old people. It's like, I'm eventually going to be an old people. I don't want to be an old people with stuff and then young people without stuff, or like, I'm stronger than that old people with stuff. I'm going to take his stuff. Aha, chaos. Duke Horse rises shakily to his feet, his cough worsening. He's going to be poisoned. He's kind of a dick. I do believe he's dead. Lock down the fort. Is the Duke choked on his dinner? This is madness. Look at the discoloration of his skin, the way he acted. This wasn't a natural death. No, it wasn't. I know poisoning when I see it. You seem suspiciously familiar with poison. Well, I was going to say the wife was an alchemist. First husband was a mortician until he tripped and fell into the cremator. Something's telling me he murders a lot of his spouses. It's very suspicious, but it might be a red herring. We just had a whole conversation last room about poison/venom. This is perfect timing. Well, yeah, and then we determined that dying in a house fire is poisoning. The Duke was indeed poisoned. The only people with access to the meal or his person are in this very room. What if the supplies are poisoned before they were brought here? Or the desert was not prepared correctly? They used the wrong desert. Those have two S's. Each of you ate the same banquet as him, did you not? Am I gonna die? Eventually. Nobody leaves until we know who or what we're dealing with. Duke Ferris Noise, this heinous act took place within your walls. Up until sunrise, you discover they dealt with. You cannot, and this fort is deemed unsafe. That could have serious consequences. What are you gonna do? Seriously, what are you gonna do? Just because you got Jagex on helping you with your plot armor doesn't mean you're strong enough to stop me. Look at all the bears I skinned and put on the floor. Check out that's a big hellhound head. Like, hellhounds aren't actually that big. Either I killed a hellhound that was that big, I found one that was that big and killed it, or I killed it and made it really big. Either way, I got some powers here that you're not gonna be able to contend with. Duke was an unpleasant man, but he did not deserve this. Well, he did not deserve to be poisoned. He deserved to be carted out into a guillotine. Let's talk to the dog, because it's the only one here who's innocent. Sad barking. Oh, only we can understand what she is saying. Well, would it? How? Like it. So, amulet of cat speak, right? If there were like a real like amulet of Spanish, and you wore it, you wouldn't be able to totally understand Italian. But like, would wearing it help you at all? So if I wear the amulet of cat speak and talk to a dog, would I kind of be able to understand? Or does it not work because Spanish and Italian are still human languages? Did you notice anything suspicious? I was too busy trying to stop Princess over there from causing a ruckus to notice much of anything. Abba was also in the kitchen, but I didn't see what the old coot was up to. Well, I have a feeling it's going to end up being like the dog accidentally knocked something into the soup or something dumb. My first wife was a witch, though she was irreversibly transformed into a duck by a backfiring spell which somewhat limits her curse-inflicting capabilities. Well, you say that, but how much are ducks hiding? Food and drink was left unattended for a time after the cook went to speak to His Majesty. Shouldn't there be like a royal food taster? I mean, he's a wine guy, but well, I'm the royal wine taster. If something happened, it's my life that is on the line. Okay, so it's just wine. So, like, why didn't he taste everything? Did he just taste just the king's food? Only wine and other beverages, your grace. See, so what's the point? Mostly about maintaining appearances. Not many outside the royal family's inner circle know how superficial my role truly is. Oh, well, that's great. But, like, wouldn't the primary suspect of somebody who assassinates a king be somebody who's close to the king? It's not just going to be, like, some random schmuck who's just like, I'm going to kill a king because, rah. It's going to be somebody who's angling for more power, which would most likely be somebody in the royal perimeter, so they would know. What a fool. To think someone died eating a meal I prepared. It's terrible. Not that I can recall, Lord Rodney and Duchess Alba were also in the kitchen, but I couldn't see what they were doing. The dog was there too, but I doubt she was responsible for the Duke's death. Hanging out in the Zaros church, I see. You notice anything suspicious? I don't recall seeing or hearing anything suspicious. Okay. Ate the same starter as me, which struck me as odd. The only reason I had the pate is because I'm deathly allergic to nuts. The chef did seem to be rather heavy-handed with the garlic. Praying to Saradomin for guidance? You're in the wrong church. Oh, probably due to the highly inappropriate choice of decor in this chapel. We will need to have a word about this later. Man goes through spouses as quickly as I go through undergarments, and always seems to come up better off for it. That's probably... This is a weird thing to... That seems... I'd be embarrassed to say that, but okay. I do not revel in death, but it is a fact of life. Let me tell you a truth I learned from my years of adventuring. You're an adventurer. Tell me, why do you do what you do? Because I want stuff. Oh, there you go. Yeah, for gold. For every person you save, there will be another 3 you can't. That's why you gotta kill everyone. That way, no one will do bad things, and you don't have to save all the good people. Just kill them all and let Saradomin sort them out. Take the hollyhock. Take the suspicious meat. Take the unidentified spices. And if I use them on each other, then it'll create... nothing. The nut roast. Is there anything up here? Oh, a bird. The birds are so cute in this game. Hello, friend. If I use the hollyhock on his corpse, then he'll explode. You won't be able to fit all that in Duke... Excuse me? You won't be able to fit that all in Duke Horse. What? Why is my first thought of, let me use this suspicious meat on a corpse? Oh, I can't fit that in there. I just saw the word satchel. Ah, investigate the strange satchel. Find a mud-coated satchel lying in the dirt by the side of the town hall. How to poison dummies for dummies. Keep it away from Rolled. If any harm should come to him, I'll gut whoever to do. Oh, well, you know what I'm doing next. Hey, Kingy. Check out these nuts. My book, where did you find this? Why would you say that? I'm certain I lost it when the Zamarakians attacked. I promise you, I have no idea how it ended up here. It has nothing to do with the Duke, I assure you. In my line of work, a sound knowledge of poisons is vital. Okay, you know what? That's fair. That's fair. I'll shove the meat into the vial. Okay, so now we're going to figure out exactly what poisoned the guy. Duke's meat. There's hollyhocks in the Duke's meat. Who brought the meat? Duke Arby's. It's an essence of finality. What spec do you think the Queen has in her essence of finality? And a box of jewelry half hidden behind the kitchen. I'm the one responsible for placing this box there. Okay. Money will be life-changing, so instead of returning them, I placed them in this box and hid it. Why wouldn't you just hide the jewelry? Just bury the jewelry. Why the box? That's unacceptable. It doesn't bother me. It was very poorly hidden. I can't let this reflect poorly. Yeah, it was very poorly hidden. I promise I will not make the same mistake again. Yes, next time, dig a deeper hole. The stealing, I mean, not the lousy attack. No, you can steal. It's fine. Look at the cape I'm wearing right now. You're a sneaky thief man. It's fine. I'm cool with it. We can discuss in private here, but the bird's gonna hear us. What if the attack was perpetrated by the cook to try to steal some of the stuff, but it didn't work out, and the only person who saw her was that Duke, and that Duke didn't want to say anything just yet because it might have been a problem. So then she had to kill him so he wouldn't talk. Watch out. Ah, assassin. I should... That was really funny. That was a really funny animation. Yeah. Okay, this is 10 out of 10. This is the best quest. Just like that other quest where the troll kicks the dwarf. Ah, that reminds me, we should inspect the assassin's body for evidence. Yes, we should. Oh, I can't fit anything into this corpse. The new Duke is on to me. We can't let them know I poisoned the Duke, not while our work is unfinished. Wait until they are isolated from the rest of the group and see that they are dealt with. I'll open the gates. At dinner, I told a story about how I defeated gods. You seriously think some jackass with a sword is gonna be able to defeat me? I killed this guy with a hatchet. Remember, we need the steward alive. It was the cook because the siblings. We should check on the guests. Just a bloodbath. Everybody's turned inside out. I made my way out of the chapel to investigate, only to find these foul beasts running straight for me. And also, the dark beasts were a problem too. Ew, stay away from me, peasants. Hadn't it been for Ella's timely intervention, I would have surely met the same fate as poor Simon here. So, wait a minute. I thought Ella Maria was previously just... I thought she was a barmaid before she married the king. Was she an adventurer? Did she kill the Dark Beast? Does she have 90 Slayer? Is she actually a badass? Garden of Tranquility retcon? Maybe. Maybe that was her cover story. Maybe she was an adventurer, but then she had to like fake her death and then like live a second life so she can get out of the game. I'm just gonna talk to the cook because I'm suspicious of her. I can't stop picturing Simon's body just laying there in the courtyard. Are none of us safe? You are, because you're the one who did it. How close were you to Simon? Simon was a good friend of mine, and when I was working in the palace, that made it hard to kill him, but I did it anyway. You notice anything out of the ordinary at all? Lady Ruthven was stalking behind the chapel earlier. Whatever she was doing, it looked suspicious. I think you're trying to push off some of the blame. I think you told her to go behind the chapel to be suspicious. All my chips are in. She did it. The Dark Beast was felled by a single stab through a critical artery. This is the work of a professional, well-practiced fighter. Queen Ella Maria. Dark Beasts aren't even weak to stab. That's what makes it even more impressive. Ella Maria is out here with tier 99 rapiers. Oh no, they're fake nails, and it's like claws. There you go. She's a queen, but she hides her. Yeah. Where were you during the attack? I was busy fluffing my feather. Don't take my word for it. Ask Bianca. Bianca? She and Ella were inseparable back then. Drank the nights away and the blue moon in together. There you go. The barmaid. If I suddenly became queen, first of all, it'd be kind of strange, but, you know, to be honest, I mean, if it comes with a paycheck, I mean, why not? But, I'd help all the small folk who were with me throughout my life. I wouldn't just be like, oh yes, you are now peasantry, and I will carry on with your life being, you know, a little poor cook. Man, I would build so many castles, and there would be so many like passageways and like there'd be skulls on the walls, and if you press the skull's eyes, the wall would be like, and it would spin around. I would go so extra with that. There'd be trapdoors, inconspicuous stones that if you lean against them by accident, like the secret bookcase is revealed. If I built a castle, it would basically be like, it'd be the adult equivalent of like a Chuck E. Cheese place. Like, you know, it'd just be like, there'd be ups and downs and bells and whistles and secret passageways and ups and ladders and chutes and slides, and it'd be everything. It'd be so fun. Basically, I'd build a haunted house. You walk around a corner and they're like, whoa. And it's like, well, it's okay though. They can't touch you. They're just there to scare you. What's your theory? Princess killed the Duke. Rodney was telling me about his first wife, the witch who transformed herself into a duck. What if she managed to reverse the spell but became a dog instead, using her newly acquired puppy dog eyes to ingratiate herself with the Duke? You know, I was thinking it was Bianca, but actually, considering RuneScape, that's not totally unbelievable. Are there any more clues? This is fun. This would be very boring with a guide. Like, it would just be very like, click this, click that, click this. But like trying to... Why is a revolver? I didn't know we had, like, guns. I knew we had the hand cannons, but you leave the smoking gun where you found it. Maybe it'll be relevant later. Probably not. I heard you were once friends with Bianca. The cook, yes, we knew each other. Back when I was shearing sheep and baking cakes for the Duke of Lumbridge to make a living. You could say we were close once. It's why I agreed to hire... Oh, she did sheep shearer and king and cooks to help you cook. She believes that I became queen by chance, that Rold simply plucked me from the streets of Varrock and made me his bride because he admired my beauty. That had Rold seen her first, she might have been chosen instead. Ella Maria was proactive in dealing with the troubles of the times. I'm proactive in dealing with the troubles of these times. Can I be queen? Wait. Wax seal. I can't say I've ever seen anything quite like it. We need to find out who's been receiving letters in private. I have some friends who like hearing my gossip, that's all. I received a letter by Raven from them asking about the banquet. So I sent them a response. I'll lend you... Oh! The Amulet of Spaniel speak! Great! Okay, good. But we don't need the Amulet of Cat. See, I predicted the quest. You're talking, please help! Oh, jeez. Father ate strange-smelling meat, and now he's not moving, sad, confused. Oh man, why you gotta do this to me, Jagex? Now I'm all bummed, and why is... Oh, I hate that it's getting cut off when the animation. I think somebody poisoned him. I know it won't bring him back, but I'm trying to find out who did it. Why would anyone hurt Father? Give the best treats and belly rubs and pats. Oh man, I wish I couldn't. I don't want to talk to this dog. Lots of suspicious things around, things buried, strange smells, strange people. Show you. Lead the way. And Princess teleports behind you. Point in the direction of a potential clue. Where is it, good girl? Where is it? It's northwest? Let's go. Suspicious thing. Here. Ah, bones. Here. Scary lady smells strange. It must be her, must be. Reminds me of the Labrador I had as a child. Scary lady gives good pats. Nice lady. No, can't be her. No. One more thing, come with me. Wedges a loose floor tile to the side, revealing a hidden cache. And you're able to do it without messing up the rug. How convenient. Inside the cache, you find a badge bearing the symbol of Zamorak and a sealed letter. I really wish my chapel were a Zamarakian chapel right now. You'd be like, yeah, what's the problem? Fine work, princess. Yay, helpful. Oh, I love princess. Wow, the cache grew. To our latest recruit, an opportunity has arisen. Your target will be visiting Fort 4 and 3 for a banquet in a week's time. This will be the perfect moment to strike. I will assign an assassin to you, but remember, they are to be used only as a last resort. You are to eliminate the mark whilst drawing no attention to yourself or us. Do not fail me. Z. Was it Zemarigal? Maybe? Simon told us when the king and queen's retinue was attacked by cultists along the King's Road, he lost his satchel in the commotion. The murderer must have arrived afterwards, finding it by the side of the road while making their way to the fort. For what reason would they have to kill the Duke of Edgeville? They wanted his wealth. I must have served the poisoned pate that was intended to kill King Rold to Duke Horse by mistake. The note we found on the body read, remember, we need the steward alive. Why do they need me alive? Because it was your sister. It was an excuse to protect you. Most importantly, why do any of this? What was their motive in committing regicide? It's not about you, your majesty, not really. The sole target of their scorn is Queen Elamaria. The Zamarakians offer the murderer a means of destroying that which Queen Elamaria cares about most. You. What is your conclusion then, Duke Ferris Noise? Who is responsible for the murder of Duke Horse? Bianca done it. Do you honestly believe I murdered the Duke, Aster? You admitted to finding jewelry belonging to Queen Elamaria strewn along the King's Road. It stands to reason that you also discovered Simon's satchel. You know about hollyhock and how to utilize it in your culinary work. You knew Simon merely tested the king's beverages from your time working at the palace, that the assassin was ordered not to harm me, your soured relationship with the queen. I cannot deny the evidence. Hey, I was right. Ask yourself, why do you let these highborn scum lord over you? I thought these highborn scum lords. The Duke was yet another arrogant leech born into power he neither earned nor deserved. Why are we mad at her then? I'm on her side. I shouldn't have accused her. What about poor Simon? What did he do to deserve this? I didn't plan for the beasts to kill him. He did deserve better. He was a friend. You're ungrateful, obnoxious, little ungrateful. Should I have sung your praises for being offered the opportunity to serve you and your new husband? You always thought you were better than me. You don't deserve the throne you were handed. Planning to assassinate me, she has committed treason against the kingdom of Mistalin. I know that her crimes cannot be forgiven nor forgotten, but the punishment for treason is death. She broke the law, needs to pay the price. We can't risk her harming anyone else. She deserves it after betraying me like this. Those three options are the same options. I don't like it either, but we can't do any... What? I'm just going to say nothing. She will be sent to the capital and be tried for her crimes, however certain the outcome may be. Very well, get her out of my sight. Ready to depart for the capital once you declare tonight's banquet over. End the banquet. Banquet's over. Go home. Aster takes 2 weeks of leave following the events of the banquet to reflect on all that has transpired. Greetings, Your Grace. I want to spend my rested XP. Thank you. That 2 weeks XP waste? No, she was training her grieving level. Good to be back. I see that The post-banquet cleanup has been meticulously executed in my absence, just like your sister. It was wonderful to have the opportunity to live out a real murder mystery, even if the end result was more akin to a nightmare than a dream. Quest complete. Oh my god, we got the quest cape, guys! Whoa.